The need to preserve the environment through the reduction of CO2 emissions has been recognized by governments throughout the world. The European Union's 2020 objectives set specific targets for each member state in reducing emissions from electricity, heat and transportation. The UK has set an ambitious target of reducing carbon dioxide emissions by 80% by the year 2050. However, the increasing use of electrically powered heating and transportation will lead to an overall rise in the demand for electricity. Part of the answer to this issue is to increase the use of renewable energy sources, such as wind power and solar power, from both large and small installations. To encourage uptake, the government offer incentives for both homeowners and businesses. However, this rise in renewable energy generation creates its own challenges for the UK's electricity distribution networks, DNOs. In meeting these challenges, DNOs have the opportunity to revolutionise the way they operate their networks to meet future demand, whilst ensuring they still meet environmental targets. Smart grids is one of the ways forward for DNOs, and Hitachi have set up a special operation to provide solutions in this area.
Hitachi Smart Grid Venture is a corporate venture arm of Hitachi Europe, responsible for business incubation, architecture and commercialization of innovative energy solutions. This includes information and control systems and smart infrastructure applied to smart grids and smart community projects. The venture organization manages the full creation lifecycle, starting with the deployment of a business plan, building partnerships and consortia agreements, conducting negotiations with clients and stakeholders, fundraising, to managing the full deployment of innovative solutions. This leads to the creation of group company startups in the new energy space. Our business focuses around distribution network operators, municipalities and smart communities, utilizes Hitachi portfolio in advanced power electronics, information management and control systems from Japan. This is combined with local expertise in innovation service lines such as power engineering, managed IT services, and new business models.
To help DNOs to meet these future challenges, the Low Carbon Networks Fund, LCNF, has been created. This is a funding mechanism set up by the DNO's regulator Ofgem, and it runs between 2010 and 2015. £500 million has been set aside for project work to assist DNOs to develop and test new technology to provide the service that customers will need in a low-carbon economy. A condition of the LCNF is that DNOs will have to share what they learn with other operators to promote best practice across the UK.
Hitachi is really proud to be part of this project with Western Power Distribution, and we are delighted with the initiative by Ofgem to support the trialing of new technologies, operating and commercial arrangements for DNOs through its Low Carbon Networks Fund.
Western Power Distribution is the UK's largest electricity distribution network operator, DNO, serving 7.6 million customers across Wales, the Midlands and South West England. They are responsible for supplying customers with a secure and stable supply of electricity within strict guidelines set down by Ofgem. Their geographic region includes areas identified as the most ideal in the UK for both solar and wind-generated energy. The future challenge is therefore particularly relevant for them, as Jonathan Berry, Innovation and Low Carbon Networks Engineer for Western Power Distribution, explains.
As the UK strives to meet its carbon reduction targets and implements financial incentives around that, this has driven wider industry to look at connecting renewable technologies and generation onto the network. This for a DNO creates real challenge and also opportunity for the wider integration of renewable generation onto the network in terms of how we operate and manage our network to best optimise it without utilising just traditional reinforcement. With the increase of generation, one of the biggest challenges is maintaining and controlling the voltage level on the network. Traditional solutions for this are often time-consuming and expensive.
The challenge we face is that renewable energy resources are completely dependent upon weather, and we all know that wind speed and sunshine levels change constantly. This in turn causes an increase or decrease in the power generated by both wind turbines and solar panels. Varying power output from these renewable generators can cause fluctuations in voltage along a power line. This is particularly important in rural locations where the network is spread over much greater distances. Voltage regulation is therefore a challenge to be faced by all DNOs.
The Voltage Control System Demonstration Project gives us a unique opportunity to partner with UK's largest DNO, whose coverage area spans many rural networks that may see a huge increase in wind generation in the coming years. This project aims to address the issue of fluctuations seen in long distribution lines in a rural network with distributed generation in the form of wind turbines. The objective is to determine the effectiveness of the Hitachi D-STATCOMs as a system to control voltage on these 11 kV rural networks. The Hitachi D-STATCOM is a completely self-contained static synchronous compensator device that has been specifically designed for use in distribution networks. Based on STATCOM or voltage source converter technology that utilizes IGBTs, it combines high-speed operation, performance and flexible control, and it has a much smaller footprint than traditional highly complex and expensive transmission level SVCs or STATCOMs.
Design and manufacturing work is conducted by Hitachi engineers residing at Omika Works, one of the many Hitachi factories in Hitachi City in Japan. Over the course of last year, we worked with our Japanese engineers to ensure that the solution we provide for Western Power meets their critical requirements under Local Network Fund. Once the equipment is fully engineered and tested on the factory floor, it is shipped to the UK as a complete kit. After installation by Western Power, we brought an expert team from Japan who, along with our local smart grid team, commissioned the solution. The first D-STATCOM has recently been connected, and we very much look forward to working together with Western Power during the next phase of the project.
Hi, I'm John Berry. I'm an Innovation and Low Carbon Networks Engineer for Western Power Distribution. My job as part of the Low Carbon Networks Fund project has been to coordinate and pull together the commissioning of Hitachi's D-STATCOM unit. We're currently on site at Roscrow Wind Farm with Hitachi's engineers who've come over for a week from Japan to do the detailed commissioning work of the D-STATCOM unit installation, which is the first of its kind in the UK. The Hitachi engineers also brought a multitude of test equipment to ensure they had just what they needed to do the commissioning works. My role in the project has been to design and get us to the stage where we can commission today and this week. My role on site is to ensure that all the works are overseen and carried out correctly and provide detailed data as required. What we're hoping from the installation of Hitachi's D-STATCOM onto the network is that we can reduce both the time and cost of connecting generation whilst maintaining and controlling the voltage on our network. As well as having a small footprint and being easy to install, the attraction of utilising an Hitachi product is to leverage the experience of similar installations in Japan. We chose Hitachi as a project partner because they had the availability to provide us a unique solution, which is the D-STATCOM.
The principle behind the D-STATCOM design is IGBTs, which are used to deconstruct and then reconstruct the three supply phases. But the intelligence of Hitachi's device is in the controller, the brains of the device, which reflects Hitachi's many years of experience in the Japanese power industry. The D-STATCOM is able to control voltage by absorbing or supplying reactive power up to its rated capacity of 400 kVA, and it's able to do this within tens of milliseconds. Hitachi has already proven a similar concept in Japan, but this solution will be our first in Europe. We work very closely with our engineers in Japan. We hold regular meetings via teleconference and sometimes in person. This project is Hitachi's first step into the UK market, so there is a lot of attention from Japan. We're working extra hard to ensure the project is a success and to open the path for more projects to come. We have a very good working relationship with WPD, especially Jonathan, who is project manager. We're able to draw on his and his team's experience and expertise of the UK's distribution networks, and we share our knowledge and learning from Japan. All in all, it feels like we're part of the same team and everyone is keen to see the project run smoothly. We're very happy to be working with Western Power Distribution in building a solution that suits their network. It's really exciting, this project.
We anticipate that our voltage control system, which can inject reactive power to distribution networks in milliseconds, will significantly reduce voltage fluctuation. This will allow to accommodate increasing amounts of renewable energy, photovoltaics and wind farms, into distribution networks driven by feed-in tariffs. There is significant scope for learning from this project with Western Power, seeing our voltage control system as an alternative and more economical solution than network rebuild, which normally takes a lot of time, requires planning permission, and is very expensive. The learning gained from this project will have a very direct impact on the operation of a DNO business and will be beneficial to inform the wider business case for alternative responses through network reinforcement in the industry. This learning will also produce knowledge capital in areas such as power quality control and balancing technologies that will be shared amongst the DNO industry and other stakeholders. The benefits of Hitachi voltage control system includes improving power quality and plant reliability, increased network stability and load capacity in distribution networks, is flexible, scalable solution, can be seen as a standalone kit or as part of a wider control system, is easy to install, provides a long life cycle and requires little maintenance. We see it as an alternative solution to traditional reinforcement or network upgrades.
WPD is building a relationship with Hitachi built on engineering skill and commitment to quality. We've been working as a team to ensure that we deliver the best benefits for the project, and so far it's been a fruitful experience. The DStatCom project is a great example of this, utilising Hitachi's experience of the product and WPD's experience of the network to integrate a new design solution onto the network and maximise the performance. The first of the DStatCom units has been successfully installed, commissioned and is now in operation. Initial results indicate that the unit is successfully controlling and maintaining voltage. However, we'll need much more detail to verify these results. Over the next several weeks we'll be collecting much more data regarding the operation of this DStatCom unit. Hopefully on the back of this data it will prove that the installation has been successful, and then we'll next install 3 units using Hitachi's voltage and reactive power control system to maximise the benefit and effect on the network.
Hitachi expects significant business growth for dynamic voltage control systems in Europe, as more renewables are connected into distribution networks. In the meantime, we expect to make a contribution to the DNO community, leveraging our industry experience and R&D programs from Japan applied to European projects, as a business case for smart grids begins to offer value for money for all stakeholders.
This smart grid demonstration project is a critical step in developing further Hitachi's social infrastructure business in Europe. Hitachi's capabilities in combining power engineering with information technology make it a leading potential supplier of smart grid solutions for distribution network operators as EU member states move to a low-carbon economy.